Hi everyone, welcome to Cash Compass, the place where we make sense of money step by step. I used to think finance was only for rich people or experts. You know, those people with fancy suits, complicated charts, and a $1 million portfolio. But recently, I realized something important. Money affects everyone, no matter where you live, what currency you use, or how much you earn. Whether you get paid in rupees, dollars, euros, or any other currency, managing your money well is a skill that anyone can learn. So I decided to start learning about finance from zero, no prior knowledge, no jargon, just simple, practical steps. And in this video, I want to share what I've learned so far, in simple words, so you don't have to feel overwhelmed like I did. You might be wondering, what is finance really? Is it just about the stock market, taxes, or complicated investments? Actually, finance is much broader and simpler than that. At its core, finance is about how you manage your money. It's about how you earn it, how you spend it, how you save it, how you invest it, and how you protect it from risks. Think of finance as a toolbox, and you don't need a degree to open it. You just need to understand the basics and start using the tools one by one. And that's precisely why the very first thing I did was start tracking my spending. Tracking my spending, let me tell you, was an eye-opener. I used a simple Google Sheet and wrote down every rupee or dollar I spent, from big expenses like rent and groceries to small ones like snacks and coffee. At first, it felt tedious, but after a week, I started seeing patterns. For example, I realized I was spending way more on snacks and online shopping than I thought. I never thought those small expenses would add up so much. This simple habit showed me exactly where my money was going and, more importantly, where I could save. Have you ever tried tracking your expenses? If not, I highly recommend starting today because it's truly the foundation of good money management, and it led me to my next discovery, the 50-30-20 rule. Once I had a clear picture of my spending, I needed a structure to manage my money better, and that's when I discovered the 50-30-20 rule. Here's how it works. 50% of your income goes to needs. These are essentials like rent, groceries, bills, transportation, things you absolutely must pay for to live. 30% goes to wants. These are non-essentials that make life enjoyable, like streaming services, dining out, shopping, or hobbies. And finally, 20% goes to savings and investing. This is the money you put aside for your future, whether it's an emergency fund, retirement, or investments. This rule is flexible and works no matter what currency you use or where you live. It gave me a clear guideline to follow, and suddenly budgeting didn't feel so complicated. But then a thought crept into my mind. What happens if something unexpected occurs? This is where the emergency fund comes in. Building an emergency fund is so important. It's like a financial safety net, money you save specifically for unexpected situations. Imagine losing a job, or facing a sudden medical emergency, or needing urgent home repairs. Experts recommend saving enough to cover 3 to 6 months of your essential expenses. This fund should be kept somewhere safe and easily accessible, like a savings account or a liquid mutual fund. I've just started mine by putting aside about 500 rupees or $6 a week. It's a small start, but it really adds up over time. Knowing I have this backup gives me immense peace of mind, and it made me think about what's next on my finance journey. Right now, I'm focusing on budgeting and saving, but soon I want to dive deeper into investing. Things like SIPs, systematic investment plans, mutual funds, and maybe even the stock market. Investing can seem intimidating, but I am learning that it is really about making your money work for you over time. The earlier you start, the better, and I'll be sharing everything I learn in simple language without confusing jargon. So if finance feels confusing or overwhelming to you too, don't worry, you're not alone. Let's figure it out together, step by step. If you found this video helpful, please drop a like and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. What is one money mistake you've made recently? Or what's one financial goal you want to achieve? Let's learn from each other. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.